so we stayed a little longer at the DVD party than some other folks, but but once again, everything's evolving so quickly that we don't do the DVD thing anymore. So
I noticed that some of them were like filmed with some of the Q&A. They said that they filmed it with their Apple phone.
right, and that's the thing. And nowadays it's like there are so many different ways that you can shoot a film. Like we have a filmmaker with us today who still generally just shoots on 16 millimeter film. She's, that's her style. But there are some films, and we showed a film last night called U2, and I think you were here to see it, that was shot on an iPhone. And sometimes the style, an iPhone can fit the style of what you're going for quite well. I mean, not every film has to have, the most high-tech camera out there. I mean, technology has, one thing technology has done, and I still like seeing a good old-fashioned shoot on film, but technology has given way for people who would not necessarily have the funds to make a movie. It's given them a way for their voice to be heard. And, so, yeah, there's all kinds of different ways now that you can shoot a film. Any other questions? Yes?
What's the file that's, you said Cinematech?
What's that?
What kind of file did Cinematech make?
Melanie would have to tell you that one. Yeah, see, here's one thing that I don't do any of the technology stuff because I can barely turn my phone on. So, I get to stand up here and say, oh, cinematic. I have no idea what it is. Yes.
And this year there seems to be, compared to the first couple of years, a lot more animated films. Is that a trend?
Someone noticed. Okay. This year, Underexposed received a lot more animated films than it had in the past. For some reason, the animation just jumped up, and yes, it's a trend. Well, animation is finding a life of its own. It used to be only narrative. And then documentary was a bit prestigious and experimental. Oh, you're artsy. If you like experimental films. And animation was kind of like the other kid at the school off here in the playground that wants to play. But over the last decade or so, animation has really come into its own. Like, for example, there are film festivals all over the world that are just devoted to animated films. And for us this year, part of why we had more animation this year is programming. When we receive 300 films and they narrow them down and all that, I have to figure out, with the amount of time we have and having to allow for Q&As, how can I put this together? And we had much more recommendations for animation this year from the jury than we've had in the past. And and the pieces just kind of fit into the themes that we had. The time flowed really well, cutting between experimental and documentary and narrative. And that's why, yes, this year we did increase the animation quite a bit, but we had more choices than we've ever had before. Yes. Somebody was just drinking a drink. I thought they were raising their hand. Yeah. Yes.
How did you let people in other countries know about the film festival?
Mostly through Film Freeway. Am I vamping? Am I doing good? Can I keep going? Okay. Mostly through Film Freeway, but Melanie, everybody, this is the other half of me, Melanie Cooper. She's the one that they say, that's the person behind me. I'm the puppet and she's the puppeteer. No, the two of us, we do this together all year long. And Melanie is marketing and press, and she sends out notifications to various, film schools. And why don't you tell your own story?
So when we first got started, we didn't use what we call a festival dating service between film festivals and films. We did it all on our own. We submitted press releases to over 600 outlets. It included newspapers in prominent arts communities. It also included arts councils, film commissions, production companies, if I could find their contact information. After the first year, we got a lot more sophisticated, and we joined a dating service. We joined Without a Box, and Without a Box was phenomenal because it allowed us to put our guidelines out there into a service that then the filmmakers would put in their parameters. I have an experimental film that's 15 minutes, I'm a female, and I'm a college student, and the service would spit back to them all of the film festivals they qualified for. So then they could go and do their research and decide which festivals they were interested in submitting to, which ones match their aesthetic, which ones have shown films that they admire and have brought in panels that they've enjoyed. And so we've moved on from there. Without a Box is shutting its doors, so we're now exclusively using Film Freeway. But Film Freeway does exactly the same thing that Without a Box did. It just does it a lot more elegantly. I still send out all of those press releases. I put it on our website, I put it on Facebook, but the majority of our films come in because of Film Freeway.
And now we're going to sing a little bit country and a little bit rock and roll. Okay, any other questions? Still counting? Still counting ballots? Okay, just waiting for the awards table?
It's right there.
Oh, we can stop? Oh, see, that happened behind me, didn't it? Now, how was I supposed to know that was there? Okay, are we ready? Yeah. All right.
Oh, that is the wrong one. I'm giving you all.
Okay, our first category is Best Student Film High School. We received a good many high school films. We narrowed it down to a few, and we showed the two finalists on our Friday night block. Our Friday afternoon block. And those two finalists were Easy Money and Rachel's Pitch. And congratulations to both of those films. They were so well polished for they were above what I would think high school students did, and we appreciate them sending them. So the award for Best Student Film High School goes to Julia Fulmer, Rachel's Pitch.
So much to the Underexposed Film Festival, and thank you everybody. And I want to give a special thank you to Think 10 Media Group and Make-A-Wish South Carolina for everything they did to help make this film come to life. And thank you so much.
Our next category. Well, these are big enough I don't need glasses. Our next category is Best Student Film Collegiate. And the award goes to Sona Pippa, Yasmin Jorg. That film screened Wednesday night. Sona Pippa. From Switzerland. Our Cinema Carolina Award goes to a film made in either North or South Carolina. And so each year the states keep passing it back and forth. Well, actually they get to keep the award, but this year our Cinema Carolina Award goes to Hamilton Ward, Murder at the Red Light. This is making history because we've never had an experimental film win this category before, and so we congratulate Hamilton, and we'll make sure he gets the award. The Woman to Watch Award is now being sponsored by David and Teresa Rector in honor of Amy Lynn Rector, and the 2019 Woman to Watch Award goes to All-Inclusive, Switzerland, Karina Schwitzgarder, director. I'll be flying to Switzerland with all these awards. Best Animated Film. Oh, and All-Inclusive, as you know, played tonight. Best Animated Film. And the winner is Academian The Call, Romania. This film played on Thursday night. Best Documentary. The award goes to All-Inclusive, Karina Schwinberger, director. Schwingruther, I'm sorry. Schwingruther. Best Experimental Film. The award goes to Coastland Literal, Maruna Duno, which played last night during our Friday night block. And that film is from the Netherlands and Romania. Best Narrative. All These Creatures, Charles William, director, Australia. I'm just putting it down. Gosh, we often fight. No, I'm kidding. She won't let me put something down, John. I want to carry it around. I might lose it. The Terry Risch Audience Choice Award. This is for, obviously, guess what? Audience favorite. The award goes to Uncle Gareth, the United States. That film screened this afternoon. You guys have to speak now. We have to engrave your plaque, so you don't have it quite yet.
All right. Thank you. It's wonderful. This is the first place we've shown Uncle Gareth in the world, so it means a lot to us that people enjoyed it.
We're very
No,
good.
I'm just happy that it made people laugh. I think it was just a really nice thing to just kind of like sit in a room with a lot of people who don't know us, who like had a good time for 15 minutes because of something we did, and that was really cool. Thank you.
And the final award of the night, the Grand Jury Award, or also known as Best of Show, goes to Novella Piskareska Kanji Quantra, director from Japan. And that film screened yesterday afternoon in our 3 o'clock block. And may I put this down, Melanie? All right, Deborah's going to speak. She's gonna give the benediction tonight. But I just want to thank everybody. You know, we've thanked everybody, but now it's time to thank the audience.